Look, I am willing to acknowledge the fact that I might be a moron. Maybe everyone else watching this already knew about this besides me. If that's the case, hey, I'm a moron. But, on the off chance that is not the case, and someone else can learn something new, I wanted to talk about this. I am going to say something that sounds like an entirely random binding. Have you ever pressed ctrl+shift+u? Assuming that you've either set it up for a completely unrelated reason on your distro, which is something that I have done on Arch, I set this up without even knowing I set it up, or you're using a regular distro like an Ubuntu or Fedora, CachyOS probably has it set up. Pretty much every sensible distro is going to set this up, but not for this reason. If we go and press the binding, if we do it in any window, I'm going to do it on my terminal, doesn't matter what we use it in, ctrl+shift+u. U plus is going to appear. Just to show you, let's do it in kwrite as well. ctrl+shift+u. What is this? Well, if I press enter, nothing happens. It stays there. If I press escape, it disappears. Okay? That's not exactly very useful. Where it becomes useful is when we start typing some stuff. So let's go and type 20 AC, and now press enter. We get a euro sign. Let's do it once again. 00A5. Now we get a yen. 00B0. A degree symbol. 2622. A radioactive symbol. Very important. Very, very useful. Something we're definitely going to be using every single day. Of course. 2026. We get an ellipsis. And the very important one, 0D9E. The Among Us Unicode. But you know what? I got one even better. Let's do 0045. The most annoying way to write a capital E. But it is a capital E, regular capital E, nothing special about it. We could keep doing this literally all day, actually better yet, probably all month, maybe multiple months, because what we are typing out here are Unicode code points. And as of Unicode 17.0, that's about 300,000 symbols. That includes the different symbols, the variations, and all of this good stuff. Most of which you are probably never actually going to use, but some of these, like the euro sign, the yen sign, degree, ellipsis, maybe not capital E, maybe not Among Us, some of these you actually might want to use. This feature lets you type literally any Unicode you could possibly want. A lot of that are going to be random symbols you have no use for. A lot of that is going to be random symbols in random languages that you have no idea even exist. But there is a lot of Unicode out there, and there's a lot of things which could be useful. This website is one of the many, many great resources for those Unicode code points. Let's go and search yen and the yen sign right here. And then if we scroll down just a little bit, here is the code point we are looking for. UTF-60 encoding 00A5. Again, if we go and do Ctrl+Shift+U, 00A5, that is the symbol we are looking for. Here's the thing, and this is why I might be dumb. This is not a new feature. This isn't even a feature exclusive to one or two different desktops. Better yet, this isn't a feature of the desktop. This isn't a feature of KDE or GNOME or Hyperland or Neri or Wayland or X11. It's not at all related to any of those. This is going to work exactly the same way across pretty much everything, assuming you have the thing set up that actually provides this. Because this isn't a feature of the desktop, it is a feature of your IME, your input method editor. Commonly, that is either going to be FCITX, nowadays going by FCITX5, or iBus. I've noticed that a lot of distros like Ubuntu, like Fedora, tend to go with iBus instead. I'm not entirely sure why in that regard, but I use FCITX. I know a lot of other people use FCITX. use whichever one you prefer. Actually, it's probably set up without you even knowing it was there. There are others. Emacs, of course, Emacs has its own built-in custom solution, and there are various others out there, but FCITX and iBus are the most popular ones, and they use the feature in pretty much the same way. Two things you may be asking is, what is an input method editor, and why would it be pre-installed on my system? The easiest way to answer that is to show you. Its main function is typing in languages that don't use Latin characters. For example, Japanese. If we swap over to that, and then I type out the letters H, I, it converts it into the hiragana for he. If I then go and press down, we can then convert it into the kanji that uses that hiragana. And it's not just Japanese. I've never used it for languages like Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, your CJKV languages, but they also make use of an input method editor. So if you're a distro like Ubuntu, like Fedora, like CashOS, and you can't just expect that all of your users are only going to want to do things in English, you're gonna set up iBus, you're gonna set up FCITX, and you're gonna make it so if they want to make use of these, they absolutely can. Different desktops handle things in various different ways. In KDE Plasma, it is going to appear as a virtual keyboard, so if you make use of the Plasma keyboard, they are going to conflict with each other, so eventually the Plasma keyboard is probably going to have to become an entire IM by itself, which is going to be fun for those developers. Whilst the core function is handling different languages, it is obviously not the only function. It is also a general purpose Unicode conversion tool. And do you know what is also Unicode? Let's do another one. 0001F525. Emoji. That one was part of the UTF-32 encoding. Do note that for color emoji, you will need to make use of these ones, because if you use the shorter codes, well, let me just show you. If we do DD25, you actually can't even write out the entire thing. I'm not sure why it gets cut off. I'm sure there is a reason, somebody can explain, but yeah, if you want to do the emoji, you will need the entire code. So even if you don't have an emoji selector on your system, if you have an input method editor set up, you have an emoji selector. Now, it's a really awkward emoji selector, and it's not pleasant to use. You need to remember UTF-32 encoding, but you do have one. But in FCITX, I don't think iBus has this. FCITX specifically, if we do ctrl+shift+u, it brings up this menu. This is a search through every single Unicode. If I search, let's say, eggplant, or the aubergine, we can also then tab through the list, and look at that. It's an emoji selector. Not a good one, but an emoji selector. Do note you will need to know either their official names or their alt names, so searching through this very well could be a nightmare to deal with outside of, like, you know, the core emojis. Actually, even the core emojis are a problem. Any of the smiling faces, I bet you don't know the actual names of some of them, because some are an entire sentence long. Even though you may not have known about this feature until, I don't know how long this video was, there is a way you can go and disable it. It is going to be different depending on whether you have FCITX or iBus. So in FCITX, what we're going to do is open up the config tool. Then we're going to go into the add-on section, find the section that says Unicode, go to the settings, and then remove these bindings here. I'm going to keep it enabled because I like the feature, but that's how you do it. Now for iBus, I don't have iBus installed, but there is this post on the EndeavourOS forum, so check this out. I'll leave it linked down below. Basically, just go into the setup, and then you remove the binding, and then you're good to go. If you already weren't using it and it wasn't bothering you, there's not really much of a reason to go and disable it, but I guess you can. There are some applications out there where, for some reason, and I cannot fathom a reason why, they go and use ctrl+shift+u in the application. Now, you might think, oh, this is just application developers not caring about Linux. Oh, what's new there? I didn't tell you this earlier. This is not a Linux feature. this same binding is also used for the same feature on Windows, on Mac, on Chrome OS. Why any application would ever decide, oh, I'm going to try to overwrite a default binding on literally every operating system? I could not tell you, but maybe that means I'm not actually a moron, and this is kind of just the norm, that people don't know about this, that it's normal to not know about ctrl+shift+u, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just application developers doing whatever application developers want to do, and yeah. This feature has existed for a very long time. I actually don't even know when it was first created, but maybe there's somebody else out there who didn't know about this, and now you do. Somebody randomly told me about this in a stream, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to make a video on it, and here we are. So, if you liked the video, go like the video, go subscribe as well, and go hype if you're on mobile. If you learnt something, told me you learnt something, and include random Unicode in the comment section now that you know how to type it. Yeah. So, if you really liked the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, check out the Patreon subscribe silly therapy linked in the description down below. That's going to be it for me, and sus.